Grace met with Beyond Stillness over the course of 5 weeks to articulate and publicly share this story of wisdom, purpose, connection, and hope. This interview was recorded during the final meeting. To learn more about our programs, services, or to sponsor a guest on their story crafting journey, please visit www.beyondstillness.org. This story is presented in partnership with Santa Clara County's Stroke Awareness Foundation. We're honored to amplify voices from Santa Clara County and the surrounding areas. Visit www.strokeinfo.org to learn more. This week on Beyond Stillness, Stories After Stroke, we welcome guest Grace Tsang. On October 30th, 2021, her friends spotted the signs of stroke, slurred speech, a drooping face, and got her the swift, comprehensive care that saved her life and improved her outcomes. But healing didn't stop there. Grace shares how choosing gratitude and a new perspective helped her rebuild not just her body, but her outlook. Join us as Grace reflects on the lessons that continue to shape how she lives today. Thank you for joining us for Part 2, Grace Tsang's interview. Hello and welcome to Beyond Stillness, Stories After Stroke. Stroke offers a powerful, life-changing shift in perspective. Each colorful memory creates a parable for life's greater teachings, a compass for journeys ahead, and inspired wisdom for unique growth. Beyond Stillness offers a moment of pause for storytelling and reflection. Ultimately, we create a welcoming environment that reveres the moment beyond stroke's paralysis. Still moments unite humanity and divinity. I'm your host, Molly Bucola. As we begin today, we take a moment of pause, a moment to honor the way that wisdom has emerged through recovery. And we give thanks. Now, Grace's interview. Grace, thank you for sharing your story.
You're welcome.
It shows what getting to a comprehensive stroke center right away can do for someone's recovery.
Yeah, thank you. I felt like it's a series of things that happened correctly, which I didn't know what the steps were, but somehow they all worked out to my favor. So I think it's important to share what those right steps were because I was so lucky I was on the receiving end of it and hope that if someone else need our help, that we can also be someone's aid in a stroke situation.
Yeah, definitely. You listed a few of them in your story. One that Wendy and she knew the signs of stroke. So
Mm-hmm.
it sounded like you weren't clear what was happening to you. Will you walk us through that?
That's right. I am a real estate agent. So Wendy and she are my friends and my clients. So on that day, we were going to look at houses. I was talking to them as I was walking through the house. So in my mind, I talked. I may stumble on a few words, but it happened to all of us. I didn't think it was any big deal. But then the next thing I knew, Wendy was walking me out of the house. And I was like, what's happening? Afterwards, I asked her, like, how did you know I was having a stroke? She said I was slurring my speech. I couldn't hear it myself. So I thought that was a very interesting observation because I was actively having a stroke, but I couldn't tell myself. I couldn't help myself. She recognized that and she also saw I had droopy face. And again, I wasn't looking into a mirror myself. I was working. That's why I thought it's so important because for in my case, someone else had to spot the symptoms in me.
Yeah, yeah. And You, like me, when I had my stroke, I was in Santa Clara County, and
Mm,
the Stroke Awareness Foundation helped change legislation so when somebody calls 911 and the paramedics arrive and see signs of stroke,
hmm
that
hmm
person is taken to the nearest stroke center. So we were lucky in that way too.
I didn't know. I thought all the hospitals have similar operating procedures, but it wasn't the case. So afterwards, I found out that there are only certain hospitals that are specialized in treating stroke patients. The important series of events that happened was that Wendy and she knew to call 911 because the paramedics knew which hospital would be the right ones to send me to. And they also could call ahead to see which hospital has room. No, sometimes some hospital may be busier than others, right?
Yeah.
So it's the series of events that happened correctly that was critical within the golden hours.
Yeah. Yeah. Santa Clara County in California is ahead of the game. I work with stroke survivors throughout the country, and
Wow.
our system in Santa Clara County is such thanks to the Stroke Awareness Foundation. So you and I are very lucky in that
Very,
we
very
had it
lucky.
there. There's an app that the Stroke Awareness Foundation has created. Anyone in the US can download this app and find the nearest stroke center wherever
Mm,
they are in the country.
that's good to know.
Back to you, Grace.
Hmm
In your story, you spoke about roles that you had in life before your stroke. You called yourself a super mom at one point, and you're clearly a high achieving real estate agent. How did your identity shift after your stroke?
I consider myself really healthy. And of course, I do things to keep myself healthy. And you just never think one day it will change. Things could change any moment, right? Like we go out and drive every day, anything could happen.
Mhm.
Accidents and, discovery of certain disease. But you really don't know what day that would happen. And then you
Yeah,
don't really plan for it. You just say, okay, I'm just going to keep going and keep pushing as long as I could. But until that day comes, so I had that realization,
yeah,
right? So when it comes, you didn't know what to think of it. You said, oh, wow, is it early? Is it late? Or what did I do to deserve this? What did I do wrong? All of a sudden, your world is different because this incident happened.
yeah,
Then it takes a moment to realize, okay, where am I? What can I do now? Or what can't I do now? I felt a little lost. It took me a while, I wouldn't say like a couple of weeks to just get my bearings and say, okay, what can I do? What do the doctors say? What do I need to change going forward? So that's what I meant, that your kind of your identity change and what am I now? Am I still healthy or am I not? Or what are the things that I can do? Right.
yeah, yeah. You said it might take a while, it might take 2 weeks, it might take a year, it might take a lifetime.
hmm
This is a moment in life that is a total shift. I like the way that you put that. We only have a certain amount of time, and this reminds us, who do I want to be and how do I want to be that
hmm
way, or how do I want to live?
I always think of this quote. I'm a big quote person. Changes in life is inevitable, but suffering is optional.
Hmm.
Right? So we're talking about that a lot of political changes and things that we can't control. There are many, many things in life that we can't control.
Hmm.
But the degree of suffering you want to put yourself through is something you and I have control.
Hmm.
So I always think of things like that. Okay, things happen. I didn't want it. I didn't want a stroke, but it happened.
Hmm.
So how do I want to live my life? I can have some degree of control in that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
You said that you found transcendental meditation as
hmm
part of your recovery process.
hmm
How has transcendental meditation helped you move forward to be the person that you want to be?
hmm Great question. As you were saying, I am busy real estate agent. I also have two kids. They're teenagers, and we live in Silicon Valley, which things are expensive, things are fast paced. There's just a lot of things happening. I know not everybody has this, but I have this voice in my head, always in my head, like you shouldn't do this, you should do that. And also culturally, Chinese people have this critical voice as well. We grow up with this voice. That's common.
Yeah.
So if I don't pay attention to this, it could really be annoying to
Mm.
say the least, and sometimes not always encouraging. And after my stroke, a lot of people say, oh, it must be your stress level is too high. It must be this, must be that.
Yeah.
I said, okay, I hear you. I won't deny that everybody has stress. And the question is, what are you going to do
Mm.
about it now that you know if stress could be a contributing factor? So that's why I have done meditation before, guided meditation and chakra meditation, a lot of different kinds. I wanted to learn it properly so that make sure I get the health benefit from it. So that's why I went through the TM, the Transcendental Meditation Center in Mountain View here in Silicon Valley. And I had a teacher, I worked with her on and off for over a year. So every couple of months we'll get together and then we'll share what I am feeling, what she can advise me on.
Yeah.
So that just creates some space in your
Mm.
head. So meditation, the simplest thing is just calm that voice in your head
Yeah.
and just create a little space. The world could be chaotic, but in my head, I can always find this space that
Yeah.
is peaceful and quiet.
Mm.
So,
We all need space.
yeah.
We need space to breathe and feel at peace and calm. And that's really hard to achieve, especially with all the thoughts running around.
Yeah.
You were talking about your mental space, and in your story, you mentioned that you went through the 5 stages of grief. What helped you move through denial and anger towards acceptance?
Mm. I think the most important thing is acceptance. So people have told me, why do you have stress? It's because you are resisting the change,
Oh.
right? Once you accept it, I said, okay, it happened. I didn't want it, but it happened. It's nothing I can go back in the past and change it. So then just let it happen. Just accept that it happened. I want to say I have a lot of spiritual learning in how to handle change. It's important to give it time.
Mm.
When it happens, you don't want to rush through it. And meditation, you sit with yourself and you accept that it happened and it's something that you can't go back and change. So then you say, okay, I accept it. Then you immediately will feel lighter.
Hmm.
And then from that point forward, it's like, okay, I don't have to look at the past. You have past, present, and future. And
Mhm.
if you decide, okay, past I can't change, you almost like 50% of the space, you don't have to worry about changing it. Now, how can I make the future better? So you just keep forward looking.
That's so hard to do, though.
It's hard. It's hard. It's hard.
I
I
mean,
mean, I was saying the drug, the TPA, once they gave me the drug, it took a good month for the effect of the drug work through my system. So then I said, well, okay, then I just had a health event and I needed some rest. So that is also giving myself space and time to heal. My
mm,
physical body needs to heal. And
yeah.
then these emotions, I was noticing that I was crying when I was talking to my mom or to my friends. And I said, oh, okay, my emotional self also need to heal.
Hmm.
Then I think people will listen to me in the beginning, but after a while, maybe I'm become a broken record that I don't want to keep talking about the same thing. Then I had to, at some point, you have to do something for yourself. What do I need to move this? So then I start looking at things. Okay, I could eat better. I could learn how to meditate better. What would give me the peace,
Mm,
to accept this event and move forward?
yeah. Yeah. And that answer is often different for everyone. So sometimes it's about exploring a variety of ways to find peace.
Mm-hmm.
Acceptance, yes, is a way to move forward. And there seems to be a fine line between acceptance and apathy.
Hmm.
So, what's the difference between those two?
So acceptance and then stay in that space or acceptance and move forward to a better place, right? So after this call, I'll send a little illustration to you. So it's all energy, right? Everything is energy. So sadness and defeat is an energy, and we've all experienced it. It feels heavy.
Mm,
It feels dull. Like I have this like negative energy in me, you just can't get it out.
yeah.
Or we have always experienced positive energy, meaning enthusiasm, joy, happiness, or helping others. That kind of energy is more expensive, lighter,
Huh.
right?
Yeah.
So, what do you choose? How do you choose to feel? So that graph is there two column. One column is the positive energy. It actually spiral up.
Mm,
If you are choosing to be, curious and excited and open-minded, then it kind of spiral up.
yeah.
The top at the very top is love and joy,
Mm,
right? And then on the other column, it's spiraling downward. So what is at the top of that is boredom, and then you complain, and then jealousy,
yeah.
and then like it goes to the very, very bottom. It's like, so sometimes, yes, it is your chemical. The medication can also affect how we feel, right? So I would not deny the fact that, yes, sometimes you need professional help to assess what kind of help you need. Just like if you have a, a cut, you need stitches, you go to the doctor, right? So you wouldn't hesitate, oh, it's bleeding, the wound's kind of big, let's go see a doctor. And on the emotional side, it's perfectly okay to talk to someone and get help as well.
Yeah.
Feeling depressed,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That makes
Yeah.
sense?
Important when there's a biological, a chemical depression going on, then we
Mhm.
definitely need some type of help. And a lot of times when we're in the downward spiral, we need psychologists or professionals to help us in that sense too.
Right.
Yeah.
So I love that graph. I would love for you to share is,
Mhm.
you can choose. How do I want to be on this column? And okay, like I want to feel this, and there is a step to get better.
Yeah.
And it's the best illustration I have seen that makes so much sense. And love at the end is at the highest vibrational level. And then let's just choose love. Like I love
Mm.
myself and I love my family, and then I want to share my experience because I love people and want people to do well, and it's my way of sharing love to help others and hope that they also can recover from this unwanted and events that we couldn't control, but let's get to a
Mm.
better place.
I like that you're saying that that graph has specific examples of steps to take to start going up because the levity can be infectious. And once we find that in ourselves and share that with others,
Mm.
it amplifies.
I totally agree with you. And you doing a great job in sharing. And oh, she also experienced that. I would say that for myself. If anyone needs to contact me and want me to share my experience, they can contact me anytime. It's not something so shameful. It's not something you chose, right? But it happened. But then by speaking up and speaking, sharing experiences, then we have support from each other. So you are the average of the five people that are closest to you. So you also can choose. Do I choose people who are positive and uplifting? And what you're doing is to make this, you creating this space and hope with sharing that we can all lift each other up better. So I applaud you for what you do.
And you, Grace, I love the way that you're using your hands right now. I can see by the way your shoulders are moving. You're saying the five people around you, and as you're doing that, you're opening space around that circle and it radiates, and it's
Yeah.
a beautiful thing. I know that your tagline is live gracefully, and it's surely what you're doing in your own life. And I'm grateful that you connected with the Stroke Awareness Foundation and with Beyond Stillness because you're sharing your story and you do that on your public platform also. Tell me a
Yeah.
little more about that.
So after my stroke, I was the lucky one that I actually didn't need a lot of recovery. So I made it public. I told people I had a stroke, and then people came to me and say, "Oh, I had one too." And this is what happened. And I understand sometimes it's very personal. People may not want to share it publicly. Some of them want to talk about it, some of them don't, which is perfectly fine. But from talking to them, I learned that everyone's stroke symptom is completely different, right? I had the typical droopy face and slurred speech. I had a friend who lost peripheral vision, but she thought she just had a bad day. I had a friend, she just felt extremely fatigued. She thought she was just having a stressful day and then she went to bed as well. So everybody's story is different. So I want to tell people there are signs you can watch for, but sometimes it's not as clear cut. So that's why I wanted to share. I said, there's no one formula on what a stroke patient will feel. And I am very aware, but I couldn't tell myself. So it could happen that way.
Yeah. You said at one point that Wendy and she were your angels.
Hmm.
And there was also a conversation that we shared when you said that anyone can be an angel, a kid can be an angel. And you emphasize the importance of telling children
Hmm.
the signs of stroke because children can save people's lives too. Children can get people the care that they need too.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. One thing, Chi and Wendy are my angels because they were so decisive in calling 911. They knew exactly what they needed to do. And I got to the hospital within an hour, which is within the golden hours, right? So I'm very grateful for their quick action and they just did the right thing for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grace, I commend you because you have become an advocate in the stroke community and now connecting with our organizations Beyond Stillness and the Stroke Awareness Foundation. You are amplifying your voice that could save other people's lives.
Mhm.
What does it mean to you to be a part of those efforts?
I want to become an advocate to just start talking about it. You may have to work on things, and sometimes, unfortunately, you may have some health events, or we can just open up this conversation and be able to talk about it. We are all here to support each other, and we are better together if we can help each other out. So that's kind of what I wanted to do. And this year, after 4 years of doing it on my own, I'm grateful that I'm connected with the Stroke Awareness Foundation this year to go to the walk. And then they connected me with you, the Beyond Stillness organization. I said, yeah, I'm ready to do more from where I am sitting here in Silicon Valley. You guys are doing great work. And I think you are helping a lot of stroke patients out there.
Mm. As are you, Grace. I got chills when you said better together
Mhm.
because we are, each of us
Mhm.
individually
Mhm.
and organizations joining efforts. The more that we share our hopes, our positivity, our knowledge, our education, our awareness, the better we are.
Everything you just said, it's on the spiral going up. So that's why we have to get on the left side and spiral up together. It just amplifies when we're all on this positive space. And so that's what I will do. And I know you are a big advocate in that too.
Yes, let's spiral up together. Again, I love seeing your hands go apart from each other, show we are better together. Thank you.
We just have to take it up to a higher level. That's awesome. That's
Uh,
awesome. Thank you for all you do. Oh, you're amazing. Thank you for doing that.
Thank you for stepping up to share your story. It's really important. Storytelling empowers us to share our experiences in a way that invites others to reflect on their own. In closing, we offer reflection questions as an opportunity to spark dialogue with yourself, friends, family, or fellow stroke survivors. In a moment, I will read questions aloud. You can also find them written in the podcast episode description. Community Conversation Prompts. What changes in perspective helped you rebuild both physically and emotionally after your stroke? How has the experience of stroke reshaped your approach to self-care and wellness?
Beyond Stillness, Stories After Stroke is made possible by our guests and tax-deductible donations from friends and listeners like you. Join us in empowering stroke survivors with stories of wisdom, purpose, connection, and hope at www.beyondstillness.org.
Thank you for listening to Part 2, Grace Tsang's interview. For the full story, please listen to Part 1, Grace Tsang's story. Each colorful memory creates a parable for life's greater teachings, a compass for journeys ahead, and inspired wisdom for unique growth. Grace's journey is a powerful reminder that recognizing stroke signs early can save lives and improve outcomes, and that healing is more than physical. It's also about mindset, gratitude, and how we shift our perspective on the journey forward. If you found value in today's episode, please like, share, subscribe, or leave a review so others can find these powerful stories too. And remember, as part of the stroke community, you are more than supportive. You are inspirational. This story is presented in partnership with Santa Clara County's Stroke Awareness Foundation, that's founded on the mission to bring life-saving, standardized stroke treatment to Santa Clara County, California. Today, all 10 hospitals in Santa Clara County are stroke certified. For over 2 decades, the Stroke Awareness Foundation has raised awareness and empowered the community through education on the warning signs of stroke. The Stroke Awareness Foundation works to reach all of our communities through multilingual Be Fast education. Know the signs, save a life. Recognizing stroke symptoms quickly improves stroke outcomes and can make all the difference. Together, we save lives and improve the health of our community. These are common stroke symptoms. Be fast. B, balance, sudden loss of balance or coordination. E, eyes, sudden trouble seeing in one or both eyes. F, face, facial drooping or uneven smile. A, arms, weakness or numbness in one arm. S, speech, slurred speech or difficulty speaking. T, time to call 911